I'm here with Susan Machin of Jarjeer Mules up in the hills of Marrakesh, and she's set up this incredible donkey refuge, and she's going to kindly show us round. So, Susan, what inspired you to set up this incredible project?
Well, I don't really think it's a question of inspiration. We came, both my husband and I came to Morocco to retire. We're both lawyers, and we built a house here in the foothills of the High Atlas. And it was never our intention to rescue animals, but we did take one donkey who was in need, and then a second and a third. And then we had to make a decision whether we were going to have pet donkeys or whether we were going to do something of value and of use to Morocco. And I think what struck us both, because we had been lawyers very much in the rights business. My husband was a trade union lawyer and I was a human rights lawyer, is the dreadful disadvantage that working animals faced in Morocco. Because once their working lives were over, or they were injured and aged, there was nowhere for them to go. And I don't criticise Moroccan owners for that, because many owners of donkeys are very poor themselves, they have families to care for, and they really can't afford to keep an old donkey and feed it. So it arose really very much out of our backgrounds and being concerned about rights, and we latched on to a very deep affection for the working animals in Morocco. That's how it started.
Fantastic. And how many donkeys are you looking after at the moment?
Well, we haven't counted today. We think it's between 55 and 60. Sometimes I'm too frightened to count.
Fantastic. Would you like to give us a quick tour of the wonderful facility you've created?
Well, yes, I'm not sure whether it's wonderful, but we try our best. If you follow me down here, in Morocco it's winter at the moment, so the garden's quite sparse, it's all been cut back. It isn't a good time of the year. And we're walking through into what we now call the hospital block, where we have 5 specialist stables where donkeys who are sick and in serious need are cared for. And here in this stable we have a donkey called Julie, who fell and injured her neck and her back legs, and she's being supported in a hoist at the moment. You can see her feeding. You can see she's well rubbed up. She has a special hood over her face and her neck to keep it warm. You can also see we've now installed heat lamps in these stables where the donkeys do require special care. So that's Julie. And she's doing very well. You can see she's putting weight on her legs.
Yeah, she's starting to look very stable, isn't she?
Yes, yes. And here we have a donkey who's very cross. He's called Donald, and he's a recent admission. He was found wandering in the road and liable to be knocked over at any time. So he's been abandoned, he's come to retire, but he will have to be gelded before he goes out with the other animals. And here we have, just very briefly, this is George. George was abandoned in the centre of Marrakesh. He had injured front legs, who have now healed. He's done very well. He's been gelded, and he spends most of the day out in the big paddock.
Can you explain to us what gelding is?
Castration.
Ah, right,
You can't
right.
keep male donkeys here if they're not castrated, because they will fight with other males.
I see.
Here, this
I
is
see.
quite sad. We have Joan on our left, who was abandoned in Agadir. She's doing very well here. She has quite a lot of eczema on her legs. And this donkey on our right here is, I'll just go in because her head doesn't feel very comfortable. She's been propped up to eat. We'll get the men in a minute. Come on, sweetheart. Come on, darling. I'll have to come back to her in a moment.
Yeah.
She's quite struggling.
Struggling to eat.
Yes, so the minute I've done this film spot with you, we'll get her up to eat. I think she was probably a road traffic accident. She was rescued 2 days ago.
Right, right. I think there's one of the men here who might be able to assist.
We need to get her up to eat. No, she's not doing too well. I'll just finish this filming. We'll come back and we'll do her thing.
So if she doesn't improve soon, Susan, I take it she'll have to be put down.
Sadly.
Yeah.
We've tried for 2 days and we've tried to do our best. But I'll get some more men in a minute and we'll lift her right up.
And how do most of the donkeys end up here?
Well, they're referred to us by people who do care or have found them, seen them abandoned. We always have to lock this gate because we have one particular donkey who's quite able to unlock it. I'll do that in a moment. These are all quite fit and healthy. They have been disabled or injured, and they're out here having their tea now. We can walk through the
Got to be careful where we walk.
Yes, he wasn't particularly kicking me. He thought I was another donkey who was after the food.
I see.
So if you follow me round here. Oh, Dana, what did you do?
Oh.
I'll have to come back in a moment to make sure all these
No
gates are
problem.
locked. Yeah. And then you can see over here we have a nursery paddock where we have some young animals with their mums enjoying their tea now. I'm afraid it's getting quite late in the afternoon, so I can't let them out. We have some babies in a stable up there where they're safe and they'll be eating on their own. And in this paddock here we have some very old donkeys who also have a special diet, and that's why they're in this paddock. Okay?
Thank you. And what struck me in the short time that I've been here with you, Susan, is the incredible nature that the donkeys have. They're just so gentle and playful,
they're wonderful animals.
And they do love interacting with humans as well.
So if we come back here, be careful of old Organa, who's very possessive over her food. I'm just anxious that these gates get locked because we do do have one donkey here who's able to open them all. We can let them all out. There we are.
Well, I personally think it's amazing work you're doing here. These donkeys have had an incredibly hard life, and now you're caring for them, and they're in a wonderful new home where they can enjoy each other's company and see out the rest of their lives.
Donkeys and to socialise.
Yeah.
Of course, the sadness is when we have a donkey like this one that's down, and over the next couple of days we're going to have to make quite a serious decision. Very sad.
It is indeed. What do you think the solution is to ensure that donkeys get treated more fairly by their owners?
Well, it has to be education, and I don't think that can be done overnight. But I'm sure in Morocco we'll go through the same experience as maybe Spain, where fewer and fewer donkeys will be used for work in the future.
Yeah.
And what we need is animal welfare regulations. And I'm sure with a bit of perseverance that will come. It's very important to understand the culture in Morocco and understand that people aren't automatically cruel.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very much a product of the life they've ever led. But our experience is that things are getting better.
And yeah, if there was education to show the owners that it's better to take care of the donkey on a daily and weekly basis,
Yes, yes.
And that's cheaper in the long run than
Well, I think
running
it's
it into the
giving
ground
people
and buying a
permission to
new
develop
one.
A relationship with the animal.
Yeah.
I think that's possibly one of the most important things.
Mm.
That they are sentient, feeling creatures, and that if you can build a relationship with them, that's a relationship worth having. Whereas traditionally people have been brought up purely to see them as working animals, and rather like having a car, when it's worn out it goes. But we hope for better for the future.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Can I ask you one last question?
Yes.
I'd just like to know what creating this sanctuary has brought into your life, because you're giving a lot to these animals, and I'm sure they're giving
I suppose at the
to
end
you
of our
as well.
lives, what else would we do with our time? I can't really complain about that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very interesting way to spend the...
Pipe and slippers.
Yes, it's better than pipe and slippers, isn't it?
Oh, exactly. You're doing something very worthwhile. Well done. Thank you for your
Okay,
time
thank
today.
you.